All right. Welcome to another live stream. Gold is breaking above. It's been a while, so I'm gonna start out with some fresh analysis. Let's go ahead and I have removed all the previous drawings. Let's go ahead and start out with some fresh analysis, looking at daily time frame. Daily time frame, we kind of, it's just consolidating. There's not a whole lot going on in daily time frame. We still are breaking. We're still holding out, these lows here. So I would say if the price doesn't break and close below this area, then we should be able to look at some sort of retracement for price to continue to push back up to the highs of 5100. Right, let's see. Also, 2 days remaining for this candle could flip up. That's something that I'll be looking forward to. Let's go ahead and take a look at 4-hour time frame here. 4-hour time frame, the price went down, came right back up to 49.45. There was a resistance here, so we formed a resistance, and now price is breaking above that resistance. The next target could be right around 49.91. That will be something that I'll be looking forward to, as it is some sort of a cleaner range that is moving up on gold. So let's take a look at 1-hour time frame just to have a little bit more clarity. Okay, so here's one thing I want to identify, is that on the left hand side on this, well, you can see my mouse here. On this side here, there was a resistance and price came down all the way at the bottom. And when price reached back this area, the resistance brought price down to a certain low. Now, this time, price did not resist and started to break above these areas. So does that still mean that there is a resistance here? No, because in the most recent candles, in the most recent time frame, the candles did not respect the previous structure, hence that we will wait for a new structure to be formed. So I'll have this as support, and this right here could be resistance. We could go into a lower time frame, and we can identify that there is some sort of resistance around this area. So at this point, what I would want to see for price to continue to create some sort of support to either break below the support or break above the support for price to continue to push up. 15-minute, same. 15-minute, yeah, I'm looking for a structure. So I would want for price to go in a certain direction. Well, I would want for price to have a retracement before moving to a certain direction. Let's take a look at Bitcoin for a second. Bitcoin is getting ready to drop. Yeah. Bitcoin is getting ready to drop, and I would anticipate for price to, come down to these areas here, like 55, 54,000. Ethereum. If Bitcoin drops, Ethereum should drop as well. But Lord have mercy. Okay, yeah, so Ethereum, I mean, we could come down to the areas, the lows at 1523. Other than that, I really don't see a whole lot of downside. GBPJPY. Let's remove the drawings. Daily time frame is just consolidating. It's just consolidating. There's not a whole lot going on. Let's take a look at 4 hour. Yep. Consolidation. 1 hour. I do believe we could continue to push up to these areas. So if we do a long here, a long, I would want for price to not break below these areas. Right. Nas, what's going on with Nas? Let's see. Daily time frame, we are. Oh, it seems like we could continue to push up to the 25,000s. Let's see. Weekly. Yeah, I mean we're respecting this low here. Doge. What's the point? 10 cents. Okay. Doge is on 10 cents right now. Right now, sister. Right now. Doge. Link. Well, that went. Let's see. Let's remove that. Let's remove all the drawings. Tau. I don't know what these coins are gonna do. I really don't. Because it's at the lowest it has ever been. Yeah, all of these coins are at the lowest it has ever been, except ZEC. ZEC's the only one. Let's take a look at Tesla. Honestly, let's take a look at Tesla. What's going on there? So this is pre-market. That's where price is gonna open from. Well, more than likely. This is pre-market. If that's where the price is gonna open from, that means that there's already gonna be resistance in that area. I would watch for initial gap fills. This gap right here, I would watch for price to sort of fill this gap around this area, 416. Let's see, what's this SPX? SPX and SPY is not the same thing, I believe. Yeah, I don't think SPX and SPY is the same thing. Damn, we reached that area. So gold has reached that area of 49.59, and that is without any retracement. It's just a solid ass candle as soon as it started. The 15-minute candle, and it continued to push up. At this point, there is going to be some sort of resistance in that area. Yeah, there's going to be some sort of resistance. So what I'm going to do here is, where's my C trader? So I know we weren't able to get into the buys, but what I do want is for me to be able to get into the sells. Let's do 50-cent lot. Oh, you guys can let me go ahead and open up the screen. Okay, so I just basically opened up a sell position for price to have a retracement after hitting a certain benchmark. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit just to have an idea what I'm looking for. As of right now, price has rallied up for quite a bit, breaking above the previous key areas. And what I'm looking for is, as price has reached another key area on the left hand side, there is a lot of consolidation. What I am looking for is for that consolidation to form a retracement, basically price to have some sort of wick down, and that will be my trade. And my stop loss, I'm looking for to exit right at the high of these ranges. It shouldn't break above the price shouldn't go up the highs. So that's the trade, and yeah, let's see what we got going on here. I was hoping for this candle to have some sort of retracement. I don't like how full this candle is. I want the price to leave a wick. All right, the next candle opened up. If this candle breaks above the previous high, then I should close 50%. You get me. Alright, we're at 10 pips. Let's see if we could run down, maybe have 20-30 pips, and I'll close 90% of my position. I want to make the layout a little bit bigger. I'm not sure how. Let's see. Why is my screen messing up? All right. Almost at about 20 pips. It retraces back. You know what? I'm gonna close about 80%. Close 10 lots. No. Close 40 lots. Perfect. So at this point, what I did is I closed about 90%, 80% of my position, and I am making sure that I'm taking profits. So at this point, what I did is that I closed 80% of my position at 20 pips, and we're gonna let the rest ride and see how it goes. If it breaks above the previous candle, if it breaks above its own high, so if it breaks above its own high, I'm gonna go ahead and close this position. So let's bring the stop loss right here. Whoa, look at that power. The power of the stop loss. Because if we're gonna close in red, if we're gonna close this candle in red, there's no point of price to break above and continue to push higher. Let me see where I closed today. 78 bucks. 40. Wait, it closed at the drop. That's crazy. 76. Oh, nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close the rest of the position right about here. All right, that's it. That's the trade done for the day. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Enjoying the no, we're good. Awesome. All right.